Hey everybody, it's Will. I am back with another 5-minute review. Oh, these things are killing my ears. Huh? I was like boxed in. I don't need those on quite yet. Today we're going to talk about Bad Mother number 2 from AWA Studios. I know our friends over at Lost in Comics know all about AWA. They had the writer of Red Border on 2 weeks ago. Last week they had John Lees from Hotel with 2 L's, creator of Sync also. And we found out that he's going back to do a 3rd season of Sync. If we make enough noise this coming week, because the man with a plan, Axel from AWA, that set all this rolling, that he told a certain writer of the Resistance not to tell anybody and to never say that AWA is the Axelverse. Anyhow, I'd like to thank anybody that's watching right now. And we're going to talk about Bad Mother. So, Bad Mother number 2, of course, from AWA Studios, is written by Krista Faust. Art is done by the legendary Mike Diodato Jr. Lilo Ridge is the colorist, and Desi Cinetti is the letterer. So, as we saw in the first issue, this woman's just having a bad friggin' day. She also had one of the best lines I've seen in a comic book. She runs into this, organic, snooty bitch from the neighborhood. And I guess, their kids go to school together and they're in the PTA together, whatever. And she called her, she basically quietly told her to F off, you gluten-free bitch. I thought that was the best line ever. I have to remember that if I ever go to Whole Foods. Anyhow, so we saw she's having a bad day. These 2 guys come into the grocery store that she was in the first issue, and they rob the place. They're pulling guns on people. They take gluten-free bitch captive. She's the pregnant woman on the floor, and, they're not doing anything. And one of the guys runs out the back door because he hears the cops pull up. And this other guy's like in a standoff, and detective walks in and, tells the officers to put their guns down. He's going to, work something out with this guy so nobody gets hurt. And in the meantime, he's reaching for his .38 snub nose in the back of his waistband and just blows this guy's brains out. Like dead-eye shot. Boom. That's all I can afford for sound effects. Sorry. And this dead guy falls basically on the pregnant woman. So she goes home and she's trying to get a hold of her husband, who is out of range for whatever kind of work he does, probably for the government. And a lot of things start going on. She talks to her young son, who's going to be going away for, vacation for a week or so, and, wants to get her mind off of stuff that's happened, and offers to take him, and they make up some fake name for a Transformers movie, and, take him out for ice cream afterwards. Nah, I promised my friends I was going to hang out with them before I left for a couple of weeks. So she's stuck at home, and her daughter runs in, screaming and crying, face all bruised up, took a beating, and it leads back to her boyfriend, and the mother goes and is gonna give him a what for at his apartment, walks in, and there's like dead bodies everywhere, blood everywhere. So she goes home, and her daughter's gone. Figured she, her car's gone, her daughter's gone. Figured she's run off, but she can't get a hold of her. No, she didn't go to the boyfriend's house because, well, he's friggin' dead. And so she goes to the cops, and of course, the cops won't do anything until she's been missing for 48 hours. And the teenage daughter is, God, I hope this isn't my kid. Uh, uh, the teenage daughter is a problem child. She's run away more than once. So, and the cop knows that. So she tells the cop about the dead body. So the cop calls somebody up, and they go over there, and there's nothing there. He brings her over. The house is spick and span clean. There was a ceramic or some kind of, you know, porcelain cat or a cat statue that was like covered in blood. Kind of looks like, they used it to like smash one of the guy's heads in or something. And there's no bodies, there's no blood, no nothing. So they're trying to convince her that she's, and she's not. So coming into this issue, there's, there's a lot going on, and we find out what's happened to the daughter. It's got a great cover too. Uh, Bad mother is, looking at, her white blouse with like, blood all over it. She's got a Glock tucked into her waistband, and great colors on that. But it's Mike Diodato Jr. and he put his signature right on the laundry basket because she's hanging stuff up on the line with the old wooden clothespins. Great attention to detail. Great job on colors. This book is just awesome. Well, we come across this woman who is doing a stair climber workout, and she's on the phone, and this is one of the bosses, and she's expecting some payback, and then you go another page in, and Bad Mother's daughter has been kidnapped because they knew she was at the house, and they thought she was involved in what the boyfriend did, which you will find out about when you buy issue 2 if you haven't bought it already. Um, and oh man, there's so many good surprises in this issue. Lots of things unravel, and if you were only like a little into the first issue, which you shouldn't have been, you should have been totally into the first issue because it was compelling and it grabbed you just enough to want to see more. But there are lots of balls of string unraveling, and Bad Mother is putting pieces of a puzzle together that somebody else kind of like laid out a lot of the pieces to be found. But Bad Mother number 2, another fantastic issue and a fantastic series from AWA Studios. Trista Faust and Mike Diodato Jr., the illustrating king of AWA. He's on just about everything. It's just, book is so well done, and a lot of their books are all, a lot of the books are topical too, so it's really good. I'm gonna give this book a solid 4.5. Um, Writing, coloring, of course, art, and the cover, yeah, all averages out to 4.5 stars out of 5. Uh, I hope if you haven't read this that you're going to run up to your LCS or wherever you like to buy comics and pick this issue up because it is fantastic. Uh, hey, Lost in Comics. This is what I'm down to. Doing a not so 5-minute review for an AWA book because you guys have taken everybody. Remember, we got to hound that. You got to hound Axel this week at Lost in Comics Thursday evening, 5 Central, 6 Eastern Standard Time, so we can get a second volume of Hotel with 2 L's. Once again, if you have not picked up this book, definitely pick it up wherever you like to buy comics. I'm not actually doing a Creators Outlet podcast tonight. What I am doing is I'm teaming up, little cross-platforming and networking going on. I'm going to be a guest host over on Monday Night Madness with Pops Van Zandt. And I will be sharing the link, both the oh yeah, we definitely need a second volume. You know, there's a lot more scary shit going on at that hotel with 2 L's, and it's right off Route 66. Oh man, just perfect. I love that. I'm going to be a guest host, and there's a ton of creators on. Plus, you can find tonight. You can find out all about a new way to get indie comics into your comic shop. I will post the link on my Twitter, and I'm going to share the link on the Outright Geekery Facebook page as well. Thanks everybody for tuning in. This has been a 5-minute review of AWA's Bad Mother 2. Going live in about a half hour over on the Comic Book Madness.